Good morning. This is Matt Kendall. It is the 10th of March. I mean, just 2 weeks to my birthday, 2026, 2016. We are going to be doing the IEMT Q&A. So it's the questions that you submitted over the week on Facebook, email, Messenger, and on comments and in the WhatsApp group. So I'm going to give you the best answers that I possibly can. Now, as I always say, these are just my answers, my interpretation. Other trainers and other practitioners might give you different answers, and you know what? That's okay. I'm not a leading authority on IEMT. It's just from my understanding of IEMT, I'm trying to give you my answers from my experience, both as a practitioner and a trainer. But again, I might be wrong. Hopefully not. Hopefully I will give you some some decent stuff, if not a bit rubbish at my job. So we are all nearly ready to go. Boom. Okay. Hi everyone. I did a session where weight was the issue. The weight's not the issue, it's the eating that's the issue. I picked up the feelings of depressed and worthlessness, or worthless, I suppose worthlessness. She found a few imprints. I note the identity work might be a lot more helpful, but I wondered if I was working with a normal client, I don't know what that means, would I skip the first session and go straight to the identity work? Why would you do that? Or still do it all? Yeah. Do you have any tips, please? As I found she kept undermining the feelings by saying it's gone low, back in its box where it belongs until there's a trigger. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. First of all, the weight isn't the problem. It's the person's control over their eating, over their exercise, over their behaviors. That's the problem. Now, with weights, I haven't done that much stuff with weights. I have done some, but I'm not a particular expert in sort of weight stuff. Yolanda Martin, I think her surname's different now, but you'll find her. She's in this group. She's like the specialist to do with like weight and exercise, especially with women who are uh, of a certain age, stuff like that. But um, so what I have found when I've worked with people with weight issues, again, it's not the weight that's the issue, it's why they gain the weight and how it makes them feel and how the food makes them feel. Because a lot of people don't usually overeat on steak or eggs. It tends to be chocolate, it tends to be carbohydrate rich type of food, crisps, sweets, cereals, um, junk food, pizza, all that kind of stuff. And so what I would do is I would look at how they spend a normal day and at what point do they overeat. And it can be to do with a trigger. It can be to do with an actual time, a situation. It could be to do with a person. Um, there's lots of things you need to actually explore. And also, why aren't they cooking for themselves and why don't they have portion control? So these are the kind of things I'd begin to actually look into when dealing with somebody who's got weight as an issue. And also, I always start off with, well, what's the problem? I'm overweight. Okay, so what's the problem? I just can't control myself when I see food or when I feel this way. Right. So this is what you want to start doing with your IEMT. You want to start getting like a constructed paragraph of what the problem is. Look at all the identities, look at all the emotions, and that's a really good base to actually work from. Well, what is it you want? Well, I want to have self-control over what I eat because at the moment I feel so ashamed of myself. There's loads of stuff there you can now actually go on. So it's back in its box until there's a trigger. What's the trigger? Can you get that trigger and actually use that trigger? So when I'm dealing with somebody with a fear and phobia, I like to have the actual thing itself. So because I want to trigger the person, I want to trigger the person in a safe environment so I can work with the emotions that are actually coming up. I don't know what you mean by working with a normal client. I don't know what you mean by that. Um, should I go to the identity work straight away? Uh, I just don't know how I can help you with that. Um, she kept undermining the feelings by saying it's gone now, but you will get this. Oh, it's there, but I'm not there, am I? you'll get that a lot with IEMT. It's like a pattern of chronicity in itself, really. They're looking, I don't really know what it falls into, but I would definitely say that is a pattern of chronicity. It's almost like a what if I then get exposed to this trigger kind of thing. So with weight work, and if they want to get less weight, explore the problem. Why are they overeating? Why don't they have self-control? How do they spend their life? A lot of people are just waiting for things to come and happen and change. And then a lot of people are going to go onto jabs, and that causes all kinds of problems as well. Okay, so how do we deal with a client who has 10 out of 10 remorse, but we go to the imprint, move the eyes, and the client reports it's no longer remorse, but it's now sadness. Rated at 10 out of 10, go to the imprint, move the eyes, the client now says it's anger, 10 out of 10. I'd continue the work. I'd continue to see what keeps coming out. That's my honest answer. Okay, so the emotion can change when they think about a specific thing. So they have 10 out of 10 remorse for something, for a situation, for a scenario, for something that happened. Okay, so what I would do is I'd be looking to, right, well, what happened? What's the remorse about? Is it about a person? Is it about, I don't know anything about the situation. You can also clear the associated negative memories with that as well. But then I would be looking for the emotions that now get triggered and work with those that are coming up. And then obviously you can do some identity work around that, the person who no longer has the remorse. Any ideas on how you would deal with the I think this is the same thing, with the ever-changing emotions that are always rated very high. So jumping to different emotions with every emotion and not reducing in perception of strength. The thing is, this is why other trainers and practitioners don't make notes about labels and imprints. And so I like to do that. It's how I train it. I like to take a label for the imprint. Um, you want to test it. So you want to test it the week later. Okay. So work with everything that's coming out. Just work with what they're giving you. And then later on, you can actually come and test it. Even later on in the session, you can see how it is. Some people go from 0 to 10. There's no kind of, it's there or it's not, essentially, 0 to 10. And some people are just like that. When dealing, I thought there were more questions. Okay. When dealing with simple pattern with a vivid memory, the client gets distracted and loses focus of the eye movements. Clients with undiagnosed ADHD, any ideas how to keep the client focused? Yeah, there's a few things. Firstly, the client may not be suitable for eye movement work. If they are unable to maintain a focus whilst you're working with them, then IEMT might not be the right thing for them. We have to take that into consideration. We could start off with some simple exercises to get them with a better focus. The ball throwing. Do we have a ball? Okay, here we go. The ball throwing exercise, which is very good. Literally getting them to hold a ball and throwing it from side to side. This is really good to start off with. So you're just throwing the ball from side to side. And then they think of something, bring up anxiety, hold the anxiety for as long as they can, throw the ball. So that's a really good thing, which I use with a lot of anxiety clients to actually get them moving. The ball throwing exercise just to get them focusing on something. And the other thing is just practice. Keeping, people keep saying, I lost the memory, I lost them. That's fine. Just keep following my finger. And just keep saying that. Just okay, that's fine. Just keep following my finger. That whatever happens, just keep following my finger. That's fine. Keep thinking about that memory. I can't figure that out. That's fine. Keep following. And I would just plow through it. If they're giving you sort of, they're trying to derail the actual thing more than anything, often, again, it's to do with chronicity. They're trying to stop change taking place. And if I really don't like this, this feeling you have right now, how strong, how familiar, and when's the first time you can remember feeling this way? When I was 9. Hold that memory. Hold that memory. So I would work with what I've been presented in that case. Let me just see if there was. I thought there was another question. If you have any questions, please do put them in. I thought there was another one. Oh, here we go. What? I don't know why that does. Okay, the quite complex questioning. This is what somebody put. Aside from trauma treatment, what are the qualities and strengths of IEMT? So I did ask the guy what research he's done on this. I don't think he's done any, to be honest, but because if you do research on this, you will see the wide range of applications that IEMT has. IEMT is a series of tools and patterns and a way of working with people that can be adapted and changed and used by a range of different people, mainly only limited to the client's own experience and training. IMT has a number of tools within it. We have a tool for working with static negative memories. We have a tool for working with kinesthetics, so feelings, when somebody has an undesired feeling about something or someone or what have you. We have an identity tools that we can use with how they act, how they behave, how they respond. And we have a tool that allows them to work with the identities that they hold of other people, which is very impactful. Aside from that, we also have the PSAX, which is a physical body language tool that we use. We also have the 3 pillars that we can use that helps to understand the structure of depression and or anxiety. And we also have the episodic time, which allows the client to come out ways of being and come up into the present. So the benefits are it's very fast working, it's very effective. You don't need to have any content from the client and able to work with them. It often works where other therapy interventions haven't worked. It can be used by anybody. And again, you can be very creative with it. Stick to the sequence of how we do things, the actual individual tools, but the order in which you do them and stuff can be, you can be very creative with. Also, I have 60 odd interviews, I don't know how many it is now, 68, 69, of people who have I've trained in IEMT and how they're using it. So I suggest you go watch that playlist. It's on my YouTube channel. Any other questions, please do put them into the thing. I've got a few minutes left. The next training, the next IEM training is 28th and 29th of March. So that'll be fun. So the 28th and 29th of March, I think there's 3 spaces left. All the information is available on the website, iemtpractitionertraining.com. So that's iemtpractitionertraining.com. If you have any other questions, just drop me an email, matt@iemtacademy.com. Yes, I know I need to change that, but yeah, I have too many email addresses at the moment. Any other questions, please put them in. If not, I am going to go. It's very sunny today. It's annoying. I'm organising a walk for Thursday. It's very sunny today. Okay, any other questions, please put them. If not, I'll just do a little recap. How? Oh no, there was another question. I have a question. I've completed the identity imprint during the process. The ages kept reducing with the experience around I, me, self, and you, becoming really good experiences. The client stated that that the low age, that the low the age went, the better he felt. I completed 2 rounds, 3 sets of ages. I wonder if anybody else has counted this. For me, it's a first. Whilst the ages have dropped, they've always gone back up. Yeah, I don't know. That is quite strange. I think what this client is doing, or what's happening, and I might be wrong about this, is they're trying to get away from adult responsibility. They're trying to hide in their youth. So I would challenge this. I would maybe even say, why don't you want to grow up? What is it about being your age now that you're fearing? And there might be some kinesthetics and stuff to actually work with that. So that's what I suspect might be happening. If they get younger and younger, it feels better and better. Quite a nostalgic person, I should imagine. Let's go back to the 90s. So everything's better back when he was younger, or she. Um, so that's the only thing I can really think of. That if they get into really low ages, it's allowing him to sort of hide in his youth. I would explore why. Okay then, guys. If there aren't any more questions, I will say adieu for now. So I will speak to you later, and enjoy the rest of your week.